One red card can define a legacy. One tackle can rewrite a derby. One hot-headed midfielder can reshape an era. This is the story of football's bad apples, the enforcers, the agitators, the villains we loved to hate. Because sometimes bad behavior isn't just rebellion, it's revelation. 1860s, the dark side emerges. Professional football descends into lawless chaos. On May 1863, a crowd gathers at the London headquarters of the Football Association to vote on a new rule proposal. The stakes are high. This seemingly innocuous change would forever transform the face of the sport. The decision: allow the use of feet for kicking the ball. And so an unintended consequence unfolds. As the game evolves, a new breed emerges, men who thrive in this physical, bruising environment. They are the originators, the unsung architects of football's early years. Billy Frith of Oxford University, considered by many to be the father of fouling, pioneering the use of dangerous tackles to disrupt opponents. James McGrory, Aston Villa's formidable center forward whose aggressive style earns him the nickname Dirty Birdie. And Jim Thorpe, a true pioneer, displaying remarkable athleticism, scoring goals, but also breaking the rules with abandon. These early rebels set the stage for generations to come. Chapter 1. The Enforcers. By the turn of the century, football has grown in popularity, but its reputation remains marred by violence and hooliganism. In the absence of clear leadership, these games become battlegrounds where players resort to extreme measures to gain an edge. Enter the hard men, born out of necessity rather than choice. They operate in the murky world of football's underbelly, where intimidation and fear are their weapons of choice. Sandy Rowan of Newcastle United, renowned for his ferocious tackling and intimidating presence. Billy Burns, a tough tackling defender whose no-nonsense approach earns him both respect and notoriety. And Tom Johnson, a giant of a man whose sheer size and aggressive play make him a force to be reckoned with. But as the game evolves, so too does the role of the hard man. They adapt, refining their skills and embracing the rough-and-tumble nature of the sport. Enter Vinnie Jones, a midfield general, a player who embodies the epitome of the modern hard man. With 12 career red cards, he is a master of the dark arts. Wimbledon, managed by the enigmatic Dave Bassett, becomes a breeding ground for Jones's talents. He orchestrates the ultimate shock, leading Wimbledon to an unlikely FA Cup final victory against Liverpool in 1988. This iconic moment cements Jones as a legend, and Wimbledon as the epitome of English football as hard man culture. Jones transitions seamlessly into the world of film, starring in movies like Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, further cementing his status as a cultural icon. He personifies an era when football was not just a game, it was a battlefield. In the 90s, English football descended into chaos following the infamous Hillsborough disaster. Amidst calls for change, one name rises above the rest: Roy Keane, a tenacious young Irishman who soon finds himself as Manchester United's captain. Under the guidance of Sir Alex Ferguson, Keane transforms into a fearsome competitor, using his unparalleled work rate and confrontational style to inspire his team to victory. He orchestrates 3 consecutive Premier League titles, 2 FA Cups, and the historic 1999 Champions League triumph, establishing himself as a true legend of the game. But Keane's legacy is not without controversy. His infamous Saipan outburst during the 2002 World Cup, where he berated his teammates for their lack of commitment, reveals a darker side to his fiery nature. This, coupled with his explosive comments about the fractured relationship within the Manchester United dressing room, sparks outrage and forces his departure from the club. Despite his controversial past, Keane finds redemption as a football pundit and manager, sharing his vast knowledge and experience to shape the next generation of players. Yet his reputation as one of football's bad boys continues to live on, forever intertwined with his legendary status at Manchester United. Chapter 2. Entrap by infamy. Throughout history, there have been players whose actions transcended the boundaries of the game, leaving an indelible mark on football and popular culture alike. But how do these legends navigate the treacherous waters of fame and infamy? Eric Cantona, the enigmatic French forward, joins Manchester United in 1992 and immediately sets about rewriting his own narrative. Known for his audacious style and captivating charisma, Cantona becomes a cult hero among United fans. But it is his infamous kung fu kick aimed at a Crystal Palace fan in 1995 that propels him to global stardom. Despite the controversy surrounding the incident, Cantona's larger-than-life persona and theatrical flair captivate the world's imagination. He leads Manchester United to numerous trophies, including 4 Premier League titles and 2 FA Cups, cementing his status as a club legend. But Cantona's impact goes beyond the realm of sports. His unique sense of style, unpredictable behavior, and philosophical musings make him a fashion icon and cultural enigma. However, his controversial antics, including a ban for attacking a fan and a fine for simulating a sex act after scoring a goal, highlight the complexities of his reputation. Love him or loathe him, Cantona's influence on and off the field leaves an indelible legacy, blurring the lines between football and showmanship. By the late 60s and 70s, English football entered a period of intense competition, giving rise to a new wave of hard men who pushed the boundaries of fair play. Enter the bad boys of Leeds United under the stewardship of manager Don Revie, a group of players whose tenacity and uncompromising style earned them the moniker Dirty Leeds. Billy Bremner, a fiery Scottish midfielder, epitomizes the relentless spirit of Leeds, inspiring his teammates with his passion and determination. Jack Charlton, a towering defender, establishes himself as a no-nonsense leader, forming a formidable partnership with the cunning Paul Madley in defense. Peter Lorimer, a skillful winger, adds an element of unpredictability to Leeds' attack, tormenting opposition defenses with his pace and trickery. Together, they dominate English football, winning the league title twice and reaching the 1975 European Cup final, leaving an enduring legacy that continues to be debated and discussed today. But their success is overshadowed by allegations of racism, violence, and cheating, ultimately leading to their downfall. Leeds United finds itself mired in controversy, tarnishing the club's image and setting back the cause of civil rights in football. Despite their achievements, the bad boys of Leeds remain a symbol of the darker side of football, raising questions about the cost of success and the consequences of crossing the line. Chapter 3. Culture, Consequences, Legacy. Over time, the game evolved. Brute force gave way to tactical brilliance, rendering the old-school hardman obsolete. But the essence of their impact endured, now buried under ambush fouls, theatrics, and sleight of hand. Reputation versus redemption. Legends like Roy Keane and Eric Cantona found new heights as pundits and mentors, their colorful pasts adding texture to their analysis. Yet their reputations, while enhancing their appeal, also built walls. Club loyalty was once a currency won through toughness. Now it's a currency of perception, shaping fan loyalty and sponsorship deals. Bad boy appeal may draw poverty-era crowds, but it can turn sponsors cold. Emerging talent often bear the shadow of their predecessors. Gaza, for instance, could have navigated his career without the baggage of the hardman tag had he shown restraint in that infamous World Cup. Instead, his career arc mirrors the bumpy ride of a player defined more by reputation than redemption. Football culture today. Modern football demands a different breed of player, prioritizing discipline and finesse over unbridled aggression. But the ghost of the hard man still lingers. They just aren't quite as obvious anymore. Some still choose to follow in the footsteps of the greats, emulating their toughness, whether it be through verbal sparring or theatrical displays on the pitch. Diving theatrics, flashpoint tweets, red cards for violent conduct and Instagram outbursts that derail endorsements and fan loyalty. Reputation still reigns supreme, only now it's more surgically precise. A single slip of the foot, a flashpoint tweet, or a poorly timed Instagram story can tarnish a rising star's trajectory as quickly as a crunching tackle once did. Because in today's game, the bad boys exist in a more nuanced landscape. They are the creators, the provocateurs, and the polarizing figures who challenge the very fabric of the sport. And it's precisely this complexity that makes them so compelling, capturing the hearts and minds of fans worldwide. So we ask you, which era's bad boy had the most impact? Jones, Keane, Cantona? Or does football need them at all today? Let the debate rage on. Thank you for joining us on this journey through football's wild past. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button and subscribe for more stories that bring the beautiful game to life.